Hello students, welcome to Study Tricks channel. Today we are going to study some details regarding Arthashastra book. I prefer reading certain details regarding famous historical books because competitive world is becoming more and more competitive. So studying just a book and author is not necessary in today's world. Today we are going to see some details regarding Arthashastra book. Arthashastra was written in and around 3rd and 2nd century BC. The author of the book is Chanakya. The other names of Chanakya are Kautilya, Vishnugupta, and he is also known as Indian Machiavelli. He was a great scholar of Taxila University. And the book Arthashastra was first discovered by R. Shama Shastri in the year 1905, and he translated the book into English and published with the name Science of Politics in the year 1909. In fact, Arthashastra is not just a single book, it consists of 15 books. It covers a wide variety of topics. Around 180 different topics has been covered in this book Arthashastra. The major topics were how a state should run and how a king should be responsible to his subjects, that is to his people. This is the main context of the book. But you can't say that Arthashastra is completely a political book because it also discusses other topics like fortification, army, treasury, population, geography and many more. One of the most interesting ideas present in Arthashastra book is Mandala theory of interstate relations. What is this Mandala theory? Mandala is just a visualization of universe in the form of circles. When you being a king assume that your kingdom is in between this circle, the circle surrounding your kingdom will obviously belong to your enemies, and the circle that encircles the enemy circle should be your friends. There is a famous English saying like enemy's enemy will always be a best friend. That should be followed for a successful politics of a kingdom. This was described by Kautilya in his book Arthashastra. And like analyzing in these concentric circles, he almost analyzed 12 different levels of concentric circles. And he also spoke about Hindu philosophy, and he said that the king is said to be at his best when he is a Raja Rishi. That means he is like a sage king. He should work for his people. He also says that a state which don't have a government rises to Matsya Nyayamudi Bhavyayati. That means without a direction. How a fish goes without a direction, the state becomes like that if there is no proper king. And other famous theory which Kautilya describes in his book is Saptang theory. What is this Saptang theory? According to this Saptang theory, there are 7 prakritis that are essential organs of state. That means for any state to be successful, it should have these 7. What are those 7? Those are Swami, that is the ruler, Amatya, the minister, Janapada, population. Janapada doesn't mean only population but also its territorial expansions. Durga, the fortified capital, Kosa, the treasury, Danda, the army, Mitra, ally and friends. Now let us see in detail about all these 7. Swami is the ruler. He says that extensive powers to monarch, but these powers should be meant for only welfare of the subjects. Such king will be successful. And coming to the minister, Amatya, these are meant to assist the Swami. These are subordinating staff which supports the king. Janapada, that is population. It not only means population but also territory. Coming to Durga, Kautilya believes that there should be many fortified cities in order to defense against foreign invasions. These forts should be built in between hills or mountains so that it becomes difficult for foreign military while invasions. This helps a king to hold a strong military. This is what Kautilya believes. And coming to Kosa, the treasury, he believes that finance, that is money, is the lifeblood for any state. That is this is the most important thing in order to run a state in a successful manner. He gives importance to financial matters also. Coming to Danda, it is the military. He explains how a military should be organized in a very detailed manner. Mitra, that is friends. The monarch should maintain friendly relations. That is what he tells. And coming to role of king, according to Kautilya, king has many powers. All these powers revolve mainly around only three sources. That is Prabhu Shakti, Manta Shakti, Utsah Shakti. Prabhu Shakti is the power of army. That is a king feeling proud by seeing at his army. The second one is Manta Shakti. That is depending upon his ministers. That is if he has a very knowledgeable person in his council of ministers, obviously that's a great power to a king. This is what is said by Kautilya. Coming to third, Utsah Shakti, that is Charishma. Seeing how glorious his state is, the king becomes more and more confident, and this leads to a powerful king. And Kautilya's Ardhashastra do not believe in theory of divine origin of monarch, like a monarch should be hereditary or he should have a divine origin during his birth. This is all a trash according to Kautilya. And Kautilya says that a king should exhibit certain great attributes apart from normal people to become great, to become a glorious person. A king should have certain attributes like a king should be able to control himself, that is Atmavrata. He should have a good self-control, and he should get rid of 6 enemies like lust, anger, greed, etc. And in law, Kautilya states a certain theory where there are 4 sources to derive law. Those 4 sources are Dharma, Vyavahara, Charita and Rajasasana. All these 4 are the sources from which a king should get his law. This is a quick review of Arthashastra book. I hope this is helpful to students who have keen interest in historical studies of India. Thank you. Please comment which are the books you want to have a quick review.